Good morning, sunshines. It's so happy to be. Do 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 do. It's a good morning. It's a good morning. I wanted to go to Serge's page. Him and Lara did a stream yesterday, and I wanted to see it. And where did it go? Is this the one with him and Lara? I don't think so. Good morning. Turn that off, because
Hello.
we'll just keep his face on the screen. Yep, it is a beautiful, beautiful morning. And I have my coffee already. Good morning, Irish Mart. And Cricket. Cricket, cricket, cricket. Today's going to be a gorgeous day. Probably not going to stay on too long. Good morning, Rhea. How are you today? It's going to be a wonderful day today. I'm not too sure what meetings there are today. I have no idea. It's kind of one of those I need to get a little bit of work done today. Unfortunately, my job makes me have to work today. But I thought I'd hop on this morning and see how y'all were doing. I watched last night as Audit and Henry and DOA, Lara and Ashley, and I think Serge ended up getting there also too. Good morning, Amy M. To that federal meeting last night. Boy, what a letdown that was. Henry kept his life going, unbeknownst to them. Good morning, Lakshmi. Lakshmi. Cool. That's an interesting name. I haven't seen you before. Hello. Amy, you were on fire yesterday with your points. You did excellent. You're getting really good at that calling in. I saw there was a Tony Ortega. Oh, that's what I wanted to pull up. The Tony Ortega, the underground bunker. Because he has a story about the Delphi Academy. This was Scientology school in LA sued. I get all this freaking pop-up junk crap. For a coach imprisoned for sex abuse. This is where Okay, one of you dogs stink like a high heaven. I know. Where the heck? Oh, come on. So, I heard that they said that they needed to close the building up. Really? So you think it was intentionally shut down because it was supposed to go till 7 and they only went till 6 and all of a sudden they come up and said, "Oh, they're shutting the building down. We need to leave." That's interesting. Who I didn't maybe I just didn't hear it. When did they bring up the cult, Amy? While you're answering that, I'm going to try and find this darn article. Go back to home. It just pisses me off that all these pop-ups. I want the how do I find it here? I know, I'm showing my email. Okay, so let's read this together. Oh, wow. I'm gonna have to go back and listen because I didn't hear that part. Definitely suspect. Who was on that panel? I should probably look to see who's on that panel to see if any of them were on the list. Yeah, yesterday when Teresa was so cold and Goat Puppet was like, "You guys are all gonna be replaced." And she must have just known it was gonna be her last day because she was an absolute biatch. But I'm glad the mayor got rid of him. Let's see how these new people go. But if they think it's going to be a walk in the park, they have something else coming. They need to figure it out. And then when they were trying to kick DOA out of the building, and he found out he has 6 ongoing investigations about his disturbing church stuff, there has to be a workforce or a task force. I know, Hale. That was funny. It was. I'm glad she's gone. But I know, I saw her name on that list. She's on that list. She's got a maiden name in there too, but she's on the Scientology list. And then they don't have that they don't have Tony D'Amato on their list in the city attorney office. There's so much corruption in there, it's ridiculous. Okay, it was already a terrible story in 2017 when Randolph Jackson, then a 29-year-old former basketball coach, pled. They need to get their typing stuff here. Yep, yep, that's what it is. It's Teresa Uridalis Villegas. It's all one name. It's Teresa Uridalis Villegas. Hmm. Yep, and then Cheese comments kind of just kicked it off too. That was that was good. So there's a firm that hired said, but what made it even worse was that before he had arrived at the charter school, he had previously worked at Delphi Academy, a Scientology school. Isn't that where Dylan's dad works? Where officials had received troubling reports about him and a boy at that school. Rather than turn him in, however, Delphi recommended Jackson when he decided to move as the charter school. So we need to find this law firm, Sari, Boscovich, and Allard. Sari, Boscovich, and Allard had filed a lawsuit against Delphi Academy on behalf of John Doe student who was victimized by Jackson there. Here are the two paragraphs from the press release that the law firm put out this week. The lawsuit claims that John Doe, the former student, was repeatedly sexually molested by Jackson during 2011-2012. Jackson allegedly exploited his position to isolate Doe, providing car rides and assigning him as an athletic department assistant. Geez, where have we seen all this before, right? The abuse occurred on school grounds. The complaint alleges that Karen Dale, we need to look her up, was aware of Jackson's misconduct. That's absolutely ridiculous. Let's just move them. So Albert, there's a lot of words we need to, I'm going to have to look up a lot of this stuff. Albert Einstein Academy. So all those kids he molested, sexually abused, and he got 17 years. Wow, okay. This is really, really, really good information, you guys. So Sari, Boscovich, and Allard. We need to, as I said, we need to find them. Okay, Amy, I see that. Morning, Windy City. We're talking about that new Tony Ortega article that came out, talking about the Delphi Academy, the guy that is still in jail, but it's he was at Delphi first. They're out of San Jose. All right. That's absolutely. There's so much evidence. I don't get. I don't get why it's just not being prosecuted. Here's a link to this if anybody wants it. I don't know if it'll go through with so much. There. Because well, we have so many connections between Delphi and Scientology. That's just wild. Wendy, I know you're not saying anything out in the public, but maybe text me. Where are you going? Give me some scoop. You guys can probably hear my dogs. They're just snoring away over here. Yeah, I should, Nora probably would jump right on this. I know Serge would too. But I don't want to wake them up. It's only 5:30 in the morning there. Yep. I know I pulled my kids out of public school for a couple of years. They went to a private school, private Christian school. And I mean, I had a wonderful experience with it. But it was because I was really involved with it. And I'm not saying anything bad about the school. I'm just saying that I kept after it and I looked after it and became involved with the school. Nothing. Good morning, Cece. I got your emails. Thank you, Cece. You had a lot of work involved. Not me. I got up about 6:30 and was just kind of listening to everything this morning, and now the birds are up chirping away outside. Cece, we were looking at the new Tony Ortega article that he put out this morning about Delphi. Really? Good morning, Rika. Wow. Is everybody having a hard time hearing me, or is it just Desert Dog? Good morning, by the way, Desert Dog. Hmm. Do any of you? Oh, okay, good. We're gonna have to get Blow Drill's take on this. So, Karen Dale. I'm gonna look her up real quick. Blomp, Blomp. You guys are really, really noisy. Yep, here she is. Excuse me. Holy crap, she's got a lot of courses under her belt. Ooh, she did a superpower course. Ooh. Yep. Absolutely amazing. Good morning, does it matter? Doesn't matter. We were looking at the new Tony Ortega. Let me go back to it. Article that came out, and it's about it's called Scientology School in LA sued over cover-up of coach imprisoned for sex abuse. And they have a John Doe that was sexually abused. And so we were looking up, there's already a lawsuit about it for the Delphi Academy. And Karen Dale was named in the suit. And there's a law firm, so we were looking at just information, and I wanted to see. Yeah, right. She spent a lot of money. She can't say that she is not part of Scientology at all. So I was looking up Karen Dale on the Scientology website, and she has a shit ton of courses under her belt. And this is the one in LA, not the one up in Oregon. I mean, it's all part of it, but wow. Yeah, it's the same one, Rika. The case is old, but the new filing, I believe, is a civil case that just got filed. And it is including Delphi Academy into it. The suit is because Delphi recommended him to the new academy. They figured he was accused of molesting children at the Delphi, And instead of turning him in, they recommended him for a new job over at a different academy. Yep. So that's what the suit is about, is that Delphi didn't report him to the police. They just passed him on to somebody else. So it's a new suit. Yep, definitely. Okay, see you in a bit. I don't know how much longer we're going to be on this morning. They should all be in prison. And it just floors me that they're not. But this is all coming together. It is definitely all coming together. What's the name of the Scientology school there, Amy? Boy, you stink so bad. Good morning, Holy Rogue. Yeah, he lays it out in his, and here are the complaints from the lawsuit. Good morning, Swedish. Good evening, Swedish. Ability School. I will. Let me, I put a link in there for this one up above if anybody wants to. The New Jersey. Knickerbocker Road. Unlock your child's potential. About us. Mission statement. We believe that the products of a proper education are self-determined students who are educated to think and learn for themselves. That's like, I'm totally bass-backwards. And who can competently apply what they have learned to the real world. Oh, Scientology. Yeah, that's totally an ironic statement. Swedish, how are you feeling today? I got the heating pad out for the shoulder this morning. It's a little bit rough this morning, but I think the biggest protest could be with the school system. Going to the school board or going to maybe some of the local meetings up there to try and get them to get the good morning, James. Maybe to reverse safe point them Sorry, I gotta get. Oh, my legs are all messed up. It takes. Sorry. Gotta physically move my body. But yeah, reverse safe pointing for them. I know it has to have had been done before. That's funny, Swedish. I need a cleaner so bad. Yep, let's start getting the word out. I mean, there's nothing wrong with even using this article because it's the same school, different place. Okay, so I'm going to read their mission statement. I did read their mission statement. We believe that the products of a proper education are self-determined students who are educated to think and learn for themselves and who can competently apply what they have learned to the real world. We also believe that how students learn is of equal importance to what students learn, and that the process of learning is itself a skill which must be taught. This is straight out of Scientology. No, Rika, what's right next to the Delphian School? Delphian School. Welcome back. Right down here, when the skill of learning is taught correctly, it then paves the way for the individual student to further learn on his own initiative. Finally, we believe that well-educated students will see that learning itself is a joy and an adventure and will, by their own nature, yeah, I mean, it's just totally Scientology. Oh, really? That's kind of weird. Yeah, that whole DB Cooper case was strange. Oh, you've jumped before, Rika? Yeah, it's definitely about applied scholastics. It's probably word for word if we were to jump over there. Jersey Jan, good morning. We Amy was telling us about a school, the Ability School there in Englewood. And it is definitely a Scientology school. Yeah, that's funny, Rika. It definitely, I wouldn't put it past him whatsoever. Yeah, we need to start Yeah, my daughter jumped out of a plane when we went to Vegas one time, and she was trying to get me to go, and I thought, nah, because to me that just wouldn't be fun. I mean, I probably would love to do it and be thrilled to do it, but as a paralyzed person, it just, nah. I reverse safe pointing, you guys. Let's get the word out. Maybe going to the school boards, to the city councils, talk about, you know, are they getting any funding? Right? You can jump. It's not the jumping, it's the landing, that's for sure. Um, but trying to get the information about, are they getting certificates? Are they getting, um, what is it where you can, because they just started it when my kids were grown already, where you can get like a ticket to buy the services, right? Now Google does everything for you. But what is it when you can get, not a ticket, but where you can get funding to go to a private school instead of the public school? Because they've safe pointed the community, Amy. They um they make it sound like the the way to happiness and Narcanon, the voucher. Thank you very much, the voucher system. You you do, but um some schools, I know where I was from, you could use a voucher to go to a private school or homeschool. And so you would have a barrel of money, a box of money that you could use to go to put into your private school. They kind of made and I'm just throwing an amount out here. They'd say, okay, your voucher's worth $2,000. So you could apply that voucher to your private school because that's how much you would have been spending per se at the public school. Not every state has that, but a lot of states do. But if they're using vouchers or if they're taking voucher money or state or federal money for anything, they have to apply by federal rules and the federal laws. Even if it's for free lunch and breakfast money. So even if the school is getting lunch program money though, federally, they have to abide by all the federal rules. And a lot of these Delphi and Ability, they're not applying to the rules. So it's a good way to threaten to get their funding pulled. Very much so, Amy. It definitely depends on the political leaning. But facts are facts. And unless people know the facts, that's what the reverse safe pointing is getting the PR out there and getting those facts out there. I mean, if you're getting federal money and I don't want to get into the politics of it whatsoever, but if you're getting federal money, there's just rules you have to live by. And I don't know what it's like over in the nether regions, You, yep, that is what happens. They do. They pay a lot of money. They do. Yeah, I agree with that, Amy, but if they take one penny of federal money, they have to abide by all the federal rules, and most of them don't. Yeah, and I was just kidding. I was just using that number, Rip Guy. Don't throw things at me. Don't throw things at me. I know when my kids went for a couple of years to private school, it was like $8,000 a year for the kids, $10,000. Yeah, I've been by it because it's in Sheridan, and my sister is from the McMinnville area, so I definitely know where it's at. It just when I was there, don't make me laugh, right? I most private schools don't follow federal regulations. We can't just toss that one off just on Church of Scientology. Yeah, so when you see my sis in here, she doesn't live there right now. She's more in the middle of the state right now. But yes, my I still have family that lives in Lafayette. Do you know where Lafayette is? Yeah, it's amazing how much money those private schools are. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, and there was a video I was watching the other day. That's a good question. That would be a really good question. That's what we had started talking about was the thing last night for the feds, for the federal attorney, and they shut that meeting down real quick. Yep. They always go to, there's a little town over there on the coast. Um, it's where the big rock is. I can't remember the name of it, but it's absolutely beautiful over there. Yep. It kind of cracked me up when they were talking about the Danny Masterson guns, and the gun store there in Lafayette was the one that is holding his guns. Cannon Beach, yep. What's the little town there? That is a beautiful, beautiful area. Good morning, Blow Drill. That's one of the problems is that they are taught the acceptable truth and they're taught not to say anything. We're talking about Delphi this morning, Blow Drill. They should, but if the kids are taught not to, good morning, Twyla, if they're taught not to tell authorities or say anything, then they're not going to say anything. There's nothing to report unless they happen to see the abuse. Lincoln City, thank you. Cece, that's perfect. That's exactly where I was thinking. Yep. I was looking at a condo to move there one time. Condo right on the beach. It was absolutely gorgeous. But they are all, but if the kids aren't going in and saying anything or hinting anything, then there's nothing to report. Exactly, Dylan. That's what I was just trying to say. Thank you for making it. So Blow Drill there, Tony Ortega has a article in today's thing about Delphi. Here, I'm going to repost it here. And there's a suit that just came out, was just filed against Delphi. There was a condo there in Lincoln City, and then right where the river comes out to the ocean, there's another little condo there that I was looking at. That's absolutely beautiful. Yep, Delphi Academy, LA. Correct, but Delphi is still Delphi. Did he? I don't have Twitter. Well, I think I do have Twitter. I just can't get into my Twitter, so I got hacked and somebody changed my password. Roll my eyes. I'm pretty sure I know who did it. That in my Instagram. Can't get into my Instagram anymore either. So if anybody sees shit coming out of Instagram or Twitter, it's not me. It's somebody using my name. And I don't have an OnlyFans. So if you see something about OnlyFans, it wasn't me. Yep. It is, but it's still, I believe it's the Ability School, and it is just using the applied scholastics. But yeah, in the article, it talks of how Delphi is Delphi. And it let me go back to that. See, Defendant Delphi is a nonprofit corporation with its principal place of business in Yamhill, state of Oregon. So they're tying them together. Ooh, good job, Rika. That would be good. Oh, wow, Cece. Yeah, big hug, Cece. Yeah, yeah. Isn't that the Indian burial ground is right near the head of the river, right near the delta. L. Ron Hubbard was the educator, not. That's interesting. You're gonna have to definitely stream it, Rika, so we can watch. I'll be there in spirit with you. That's a good question, James. But again, I don't think they thought of it as an abuse. So now they would have to, as ex-Scientology parents, come out and say, this is what we did. You, I don't know, Rika. Probably. Those are all great questions and great thoughts of reporting teenagers doing the Purif. Um, I, I don't know. Audit would probably be a really good person to ask about that. Does it matter what is the learning book? What is a WUG? Did you mean WOG? We have a problem of no reporting of sexual abuse at all. Correct. Because it's normalized. Everything is so normalized and groomed for the kids, the teenagers. Okay. Oh, okay. So it doesn't matter what is a WUG. You got us all curious now. I learned so much from you guys. I, I mean, if you guys ever need to know anything about, well, I grew up Catholic and then became Christian, but if you ever need to know anything, ask. I'll tell you. So this is really interesting. The basic, yeah, we all learn from each other, that's for sure. And I don't mind asking the questions. Thank you, Blow Drill. Because that's exactly what it's all about, is learning and loving. Definitely, Lara definitely has that right. The basic study manual, thank you. So is WUG a word, or is it an acronym like BSM? Learning and loving with you. My singing voice is not a Lara. Waiting for the chat to catch up on. But WUG is not a WOG. Or is it? That's what my question is, because I know what the WOG means. I know that that's a derogatory term. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. He had been going there for a second. I'm like, big? Uh-oh, we're throwing another W blank G in there. Okay. I'm silly, I'm silly. And I won't use that word. It has no meaning to me. So I say it, and I should have a little bit more respect for that word. Because I certainly wouldn't use the N word. I absolutely detest people using that word. Or the one for Hispanics, or the one for white people. I hate them. You too, Blow Jill. I am going to have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks, Rika. I enjoy my morning with you too. Good morning, me and Taz. How's Taz this morning? I love starting my day off this way. And I'm going to have a great day. You know what? I'm going to have some carrot cake today because I'm going to send my son to the store to go get us some carrot cake. Oh, nice. I'll drink my coffee with you. And have a wonderful day, Dylan. That's for sure. So, Does It Matter says it's an example of a misunderstood word in the training of looking up every word that you do not know the definition for. Oh, thank you very much, Rib Guy. Yep, it's going to be a good birthday day. Thank you, Amy. Another year wiser. Yeah, it was down into the 40s here last night. Oh my gosh. But it looks like it's going to be an absolutely beautiful day. Jersey Jan, yes it is. Thank you, Rika. Yeah, the Twyla, that was the unified NOI court case, if I remember right. Just a little bit different than regular NOI, but there's so much going on, there's no way. Thank you, Jersey Jan. Thank you, Irish Mart. Yep, carrot cake and on your birthday. On your birthday and pick another holiday. I usually like Thanksgiving. No calories. Lots of love and laughter today. I know I'm going to have a phone call from my twin grandbabies later after they get home from school. And my daughter and my son is here. Thank you, James. And it's going to be a fabulous day. And as I was saying, on your birthday, nothing you eat has any calories. It's a calorie-free day, so you can eat whatever you want on your birthday. Thank you, me and Taz. Twyla, I'll look that up. The the anti-Semitic court case. NOI update. Is that on Jeff Augustine's channel? Let me see. I can put my coffee down for a second. The Scientology Money Project. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is brand spanking new. Jeff just posted it yesterday. Ooh, good eye, good eye. Thank you, Twyla. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna have to read through that. I thought you were talking about the UNOI, which was different, and this is not. Okay, I was looking that up and I was missing it. Yeah, Amy, you were saying that you're an identical twin. That is like we're all definitely twinning around here. So I have my twin grandbabies are boy and girl, and so I absolutely adore them as twins. I don't, I just love my little twin babies. They're in kindergarten right now, so they're at the best age. That's funny, Rika. Um, that's true, James. And if I mush them all up and turn them into a sundae, crumble them up and put them in a sundae, there's no calories either. That's that is kind of strange, isn't it, Amy? The mirror image twins. The same. That's the way my mom and dad felt about me. Well, what's funny is they say twins run. So my husband was a twin, and his twin didn't make it. And my son was a twin, and the twin didn't make it. And then my daughter had twins. My brother has twins. Twins definitely run in my family. Yep, I have enough of me for two of me, so. What's really strange is, I mean, I didn't know this until after having twin grandbabies, is that they're both lefties. And I guess it's very common in twins to be left-handed. Oh, that's funny, James. I, I agree. I agree that they're not hereditary. Too funny. We have a lot of twin powers. And there's a lady in Poe's chat that her name is Mona also, so we call each other twins. We always say the Wonder Twin powers activate. Kind of silly, but whatever. It's fun. Okay, you guys, I am going to go get fluff and buffed so that way I can go have a beautiful day. Hopefully, we'll see Audit here in a little bit. She's going to run around and she's going to go live. We have our day 9, I believe, of the Leilani Simone. And the chick in the suitcase. Thank you, James, and have safe travels feeding the cows. Don't let any of them kick ya. Okay, you guys, off for the morning. Thank you. Thank you for all the love, you guys.